Hi, YouTubers, welcome. Cheap Air Gunner channel. I am Cherokee Steve. I am the Cheap Air Gunner. Maybe you're one too, but I got some of the parts I was waiting for on. They came in as far as filter uh, items that I need. Definitely came to the conclusion, for my Viver high pressure air compressor. Um, this is the filter that came with it, connected to the end of the output tube from the compressor. It only has, the vast majority of this is empty. Um, this end here has a small, narrow cigarette type filter, and then it has a sponge disc on this end. Everything in between there is air, just empty. Um, this is the foam disc that was in there. Uh, was able to top off one of my tanks, but this is what it got me. The little narrow cigarette type filter, I didn't keep. I threw it away. I tried washing both of them, but they had so much staining from the moisture and the oil that collected on them that I knew I needed something better. Now they have those long tube filters, uh, you know, approximately 3 or 4 times the length of this, which is packed with, uh, some versions of it come packed with just a long cotton, much wider uh, filter. Actually, it would be like one of these, only much longer, take up all of the space in the long tube. Some of them come pre-packaged with an inner tube inside the gold colored tube, that has desiccant and molecular sieve, and I know it comes with charcoal as well. Um, I didn't go that route. Those were all the cheapest one I could find uh, on eBay was close to $100, just under 98, $99 is what they wanted. I thought this was a pretty good size. Obviously, you didn't want it to be completely empty and mostly air. So what I did was, first of all, I took the cap end to work, and I turned about 4 threads off the end of it because I thought the number of threads was complete overkill. I don't know if you could see inside here. The threads go down pretty far. So I didn't want this occupying up a lot of space that could have filter element taking up the space. I took one of those narrow, small cigarette type filters and cut it so that it extends just beyond the hole that it used to go into full length and sticks out just a little bit farther. I want this to be able to put some pressure on the top of the stuff that's in here. Now this is going to be a combination of filters, molecular sieve, and desiccant, color changing desiccant. So the first thing that's going to be underneath the cap, that's going to have some pressure put onto it from this filter, is one of the foam disc ones. Don't expect that to do much other than help pack the sieve desiccant mixture inside the filter. I cut one of the longer filters that came with the filter I was waiting on. One of these filters I pretty much cut in half and ended up with this. So at the bottom of this I have two of these sponge discs. I want to make sure that no molecular sieve or color changing desiccant get past those bottom discs and end up plugging up the opening to this quick disconnect fitting. So I got two of those down there. They're very soft, they compress very easily. I just don't want anything getting by them and clogging this. So it's going to be those two foam discs down here, packed down, molecular sieve mixed with some color changing desiccant, filling up this area here, this filter, packing down the sieve desiccant mixture on top of it, foam disc. The foam disc seems to be a better diameter, fits more snugly circumference-wise than these filters. So that's the reason why I'm putting one on top of this filter that's inside here. Then, as I said, this cut cigarette type filter is up here. Screw that back down. And hopefully that is certainly, I would expect, at least help, trying to eliminate all moisture and oil getting through the system and into a tank or one of the air tubes on one of my guns. Pretty much going to use this to top off tanks. I have two 90 cubic inch carbon fiber tanks that I use on occasion. I'm going to be honest, I don't mind pumping. I have a hand pump. I don't mind doing it. Based on my age, it can get pretty hard and tiring. So I'll probably rely less and less and less on that and use my carbon fiber tanks more. This is one that I ordered that came in this gold colored one. It's about a cap length longer than the blue one. Going to have the exact same thing in it. Down here, the two foam discs. The other half of the cotton filter that I cut with a sponge disc on top. And in this cap is a portion of the cigarette type filter. Exactly the same as the blue one. Now because this is a little bit longer, it'll hold a little bit more of that molecular sieve and desiccant, color changing desiccant mixture. So blue one's going to come first in line, connect to the gold one, and then here's the did get some color changing desiccant. The molecular sieve is supposed to be here within a day or two, according to the tracking information. So, in addition to this, Over here at the compressor sieve, you get some light. My setup includes the output hose, zip tied onto one of the feet of the guitar stand that I'm using. This filter is attached via threads to the end of the hose. Supposedly this is exactly the same type that comes with the Young Hang compressors. This one I'm going to only use cotton, full-length cotton filter, the big, larger ones, and the cigarette type one fits in the cap of it. So between that and these two, what I end up with is this type of combination. 3 of these, all doing filtering, partially through cotton filters, partially through molecular sieve and color changing desiccant. But that ends up looking like that. The output hose from the last filter goes to my carbon fiber tank. Like so, and the tank hangs from what ordinarily would be the part of the guitar stand holding the guitar neck. So, hopefully this all works out. What I wanted later to make a video of and test this out so that all of you could see how it works. Take apart the filters after topping off a tank. That was one of the carbon fiber tanks I had. This is the second. It had problems though. It was down to 0, completely empty. Tried filling it, couldn't. There was a leak. I mean, I could hear it. I could have sworn it was coming from the 5K burst disc on this side. Took it out, it wasn't the disc. Could hear the leaking. Took the entire valve portion off, left the regulator on, and some really bad looking O-rings in there. I changed all those out, and seems to have taken care of the problem. You know, that's going to happen. O-rings just dry out and need to be replaced. That's what needed this. So hopefully in the next video I'll have the molecular sieve mixed with the desiccant, and I'll be able to let some air out of this, fill it up to 4,000 psi, and refill it. And then we can look at the filters together and the beads and make sure that they are trapping the oil and water. Okay, so I look forward to making and posting that video. Hope you enjoyed this one. Take care. Bye-bye.